What does it mean for humanity when the language of peace falls silent and the deafening roars of war resume? Why does the world witness a resumption of bombing after a fleeting period of truce? These questions, a heavy load to bear, challenge our understanding of the dynamics at play in the seemingly ceaseless Israel-Hamas war. In a world where the quest for power often overshadows the pursuit of peace, the recent resumption of bombing post-truce is a glaring example. The Israeli military's decision to re-engage in combat against Hamas in the Gaza Strip came after accusations of the Palestinian group breaching truce terms by firing into Israeli territory. The military's insistence on continuing the war hints at deeper motivations, potentially rooted in political ambitions. Defense Minister Yoav Gallant, touted as a potential leadership contender for the Likud party, has expressed a desire to fight across the entirety of the Strip. This narrative paints a picture of a power play where the stakes are human lives. But what of the future? What does this pattern of violence, truce, and resumed violence portend? The implications are dire and far-reaching. If the ground invasion extends south of Gaza City, it could lead to a dangerous escalation, potentially forcing the people of Gaza to attempt crossing the border into Egypt. However, Egypt has already warned that it will not accept any refugees. This situation could draw other armed groups and states into the conflict, further complicating an already complex scenario. Additionally, the Senate Democrats' ongoing debate about imposing new conditions on the aid package for Israel introduces another dimension to the issue. While some oppose micromanaging Israel's actions on the battlefield, others express concern over the high number of Palestinian civilian casualties. The conversation about conditions could serve as a reminder of the legal conditions that already exist for foreign countries receiving U.S. military support, possibly influencing Israel's behavior. Rights advocates argue that current laws and policies are not being applied to Israeli military actions in Gaza, and there is a need for meaningful conditions to prevent further civilian harm. If these conversations lead to a shift in how U.S. assistance to Israel is handled, it could represent a significant turning point in this conflict. In conclusion, the resumption of bombing after the truce is a troubling manifestation of the intricate interplay of politics, power, and human rights. As we grapple with these questions, it is essential to remember that at the heart of this conflict are individuals whose lives are profoundly affected by each explosion, each political decision, and each failed truce. The future implications of the current situation are uncertain, but one thing remains clear: the need for a lasting peace has never been more urgent.